Today in /malicious compliance. Putting away delivery takes top priority, not matter what. A while back I worked at a fantastic Midwestern gas station in the town that I live in. They were pretty short-staffed when I applied, and I was kind of desperate for a job, so I was really excited when I joined, even part-time. I learned the ropes pretty quickly, as there really wasn't too much that differed from previous jobs I've held. My boss, we'll call her Helga, cause it's such an ugly name, constantly complimented me on how well I was doing so quickly. It made me feel great. Soon after this, an opportunity for a full-time position became available. Overnights, not ideal, but full-time. I quickly accepted and began that training immediately. I was trained partly by the assistant manager, who we'll call Brad. Brad had been at the store for a few years and showed me a few tips and tricks to make the nightly routine go by much quicker. The routine was pretty much the same every night. General cleaning of store, deep cleaning of food drink makers, restocking, and making breakfast in the morning hours. The only difference came on the delivery nights, which were twice a week. Now, on the overnights, usually only one person is on. On delivery nights, however, a second worker would come in partway through the shift to specifically help with putting the items away so that other work could still be done in a timely manner. Brad was usually that guy. The first few weeks went smooth as butter. One delivery night, however, Brad was sick and no one could cover for him. Not a problem, I thought. I could just do as much of the delivery as possible while still managing to get my other duties done. I managed to get through a good 85, mostly the cold goods and things that needed to be put in the refrigerator and freezer. The remaining items were placed neatly at the end of the food island and out of the way of any customers. I finished my morning duties and waited for my relief. I felt good about what I had done and figured Helga would see my effort and feel the same way. No, I was wrong. Immediately upon entering the store, Helga saw the items still sitting on the floor at the end of the island. She didn't initially say anything, so I didn't think much of it. I waited the last few minutes to clock out and went over to the computer to do so. As I'm about to leave, Helga stops me and pulls me aside. She asks me why hadn't the delivery been put away as usual. I explained to her that Brad had not been in the night before to assist me with the delivery and that I still wanted to be able to finish my other nightly duties. So I did what I thought was necessary and then moved on. I explained to her that if I hadn't stopped when I did, that morning food would not have been prepared and the next shift would be slammed making food, trying to get at basic stuff along with special orders that inevitably came every morning. She looked at me for a moment before going on a tangent about how delivery is the most important thing to worry about and how I was wrong for doing what I did. I was taken aback because I really thought I had done right, but apparently not. She concluded with, next time finish putting the delivery away before anything else. Malicious compliance. I had to wait about a month or so before I could actually act on this, unfortunately. My boss felt it unnecessary to have a second person helping on deliveries anymore. I could not give you the slightest reason as to why, but my time had come. On a nice Thursday night, the delivery arrived approximately 2 hours late. I completed my other duties that could be done prior to delivery. After it was offloaded from the truck, I immediately began working on putting it all away. Backstory to this specific delivery. We had some electrical issues prior which ruined some product and some back ordering as well, which to those that don't know means that some items weren't able to come on the previous truck due to stock issues in the warehouses. So this delivery was huge. like almost twice as many boxes as a usual delivery. But this is priority, so I focused on it. It was about 20 minutes or so before the shift exchange when I finally got finished putting this stuff away, approximately 6 hours from start. But I got it all put away. I was happy. There was one problem. Breakfast wasn't made and nothing was prepped for the Friday sale we had every Friday for pizza. Usually, I would have had 10 or so pizzas prepared for the next shift so they can just whip them into the oven and start on other things. I also usually had the breakfast area full of fresh sandwiches and whatnot, but not today. Shift change happens and Helga walks in with a smile on her face. She notices that this time there are no boxes on the end of the island and seems ecstatic until she walks a little further down the line and notices that there's not food in the warmer. She then goes to the kitchen to look in the fridge and notices there are no pizzas prepared. Her face turned a shade of red I've never seen before, and she immediately returned to the front and called me back. I complied and walked to the back with her, fully knowing what was about to come. She exploded at me, asking why there was no food prepared and that today is a busy day and that she wasn't going to stand for this kind of laziness. I let her finish her rant before I answered. Well, the delivery was a bit bigger this time because of all the extra stuff, and honestly I am surprised I got it done. But I got it done 'cause that's what you told me to do. I wish Brad would have been here to help. This delivery was huge. I clocked out after a few more minutes of her again telling me I was wrong and all that yada. I didn't really care to continue the conversation, and I knew I had made my point. I came back a couple of hours later to buy some things for home. The poor kitchen staff were still struggling to get enough food out to satiate the morning crowd, but at least the delivery was put away. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, smash the bell, and whatever else our YouTube overlords require nowadays.